Hey everybody, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This is Jeanie living with multiple myeloma, and I thought that I'd do a video blog tonight because tonight marks a anniversary. It's actually June 10th, 2011, 1 year exactly ago that I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. I just thought that I owed it to you to show you me. Excuse the crazy hair. This is the latest. It's kind of a reddish, crazy curly hair. I've always had pin straight hair, but Tuesday we're going to change it. Mike, my husband, wants me to go platinum blonde, so we'll see. But I thought I'd do this real, and not wait till I get my hair just right. So this is me. Excuse the hair. But anyways, it was 1 year ago today, and yeah, as many of you out there who have multiple myeloma know, a diagnosis like that is not easy to take. I can remember very clearly the phone call. We had learned that I had a what's called a plasmacytoma, which ended up being a malignant tumor right here in my chest. It was right here, and that was removed and sent away and discovered to be a malignant tumor. And then quickly after that, I had to go in for a biopsy. We had to wait about 4 days, and I think in the back of Mike's mind and my mind, we had a feeling it was going to be the worst of the outcome. And it was a rainy night last year, and my parents were in town. I called them when I found out that I had a tumor, and they quickly came out, which was wonderful. And I was supposed to have run a 5K that night, I remember. Obviously I wasn't in any mental state to do that. So Mike and I were anxiously awaiting a phone call from our doctor, my oncologist, to find out what we were dealing with. And we were sitting down for dinner, and the phone rang. And I knew my doctor was on the other end. It was not going to be a pleasant phone call. And I just remember it was the most probably devastating moment of our lives. And it was terrible. It was awful. And at that point, we really didn't know what we were facing. So it was so scary. For anyone out there that's dealing with this, my heart goes out to you, because it's awful, and no one deserves to get a diagnosis like that. And sorry. So I just remember how scared Mike and I were. My parents came upstairs and heard us upset, and it was terrible. It was, we all had our moment there, and life had to go on. My boys were in a concert that night. My parents raised to the occasion, and I don't know how they did it. They got them in the car and they brought them to their concert with my daughters, and Mike and I were at home, and just, what do you do but cry? And shortly thereafter, a couple of my best friends came over, and I just remember a lot of wine was consumed that night. Beth and Diana out there, you did promise me you were going to shave your heads with me and be there for me every moment of the way. Well, of course, you and countless other people, Susie, and oh God, I have so many friends to thank, but all of you were there for me. No one shaved their head with me, mind you, but that night we consumed a lot of wine and cried a lot. And
Camp shaved his head with you.
Well, yeah, that's true. But see, family's thicker than no, my son Cameron did shave his head. And as Diana likes to put it, well, I did shave your hair. My friend Diana shaved my head, but did not shave her hair. But anyways, so I don't know where I would have been that night had it not be for my family and close friends there with me. I just don't know where I would have been. You were there for me in the darkest moments. And Susie doesn't live nearby, but she was, I just remember me calling her and, my conversation with her. She's been a lifelong friend since I've been 4. And that was a hard phone call to make to her as well. But anyways, that night shared with friends and family. I know I tell you this all the time, but I don't know where I would have been if you guys weren't there that night. One thing Mike and I chose to do is we were very straightforward with the kids from day one. They knew what was going on. We wanted them to know, we wanted to protect them, but we knew that we had to be honest with them. I mean, they could see it on our faces that something was wrong, and they handled it with such grace, and it's unbelievable how resilient they have been. But they have been wonderful, and they're, I'm sure, a big reason why I'm doing as well as I'm doing today. Hard not to do well when you have 4 little kids looking at you and they think you're the strongest woman on earth, and it's hard not to be that person. So last summer was a blur. It was just, obviously I was not in a good state of mind, and physically or mentally. And it's been a long, long year, a brutal year, I shouldn't even say that, a brutal 6 to 8 months. The last few months have been wonderful. But leading up to the stem cell transplant was definitely brutal. The 3.5 weeks I was in the hospital was lonely, and it was very sad. But to know where I am today, if someone was to say to me last year at this moment, a year from now, you're going to be training for marathons, you're going to do some triathlons, you're going to run your best 5K ever, which I did last night, 22:51, I think it was, 22:51, Hollis Fast 5K. Who would have thought that? Screw that. I had myself dead and buried. I really did initially. And you know what? I'm doing great. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm training for the Bay State Marathon, which is in October. And I've done numerous races in the last month. I've been running up to 12 miles now and run about 20 to 25 miles or whatever a week, and feeling great, feeling better than I've ever felt in my life, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And it's, I used to say to Mike, and you can probably recall it, am I ever gonna wake up and not think about having cancer? Am I ever gonna not think, am I not gonna be there for, our kid's next birthday? And you know what? I don't think that way anymore. I really don't. And I don't know if it's the fact that I can run and I feel strong and it gives me power, but I do not get up in the morning and think that I have cancer. This red band I have on my arm that I was hoping to one day take off, but I guess until there is a cure, I'll have it on my arm, and I proudly show it. This stands for multiple myeloma. It's getting kind of faded. We've had it on here for so long. It says, say it, fight it, cure it. So every morning I do look down and look at this, but I don't look at it and I'm not sad anymore, because I feel there's a lot of hope. To be where I'm at physically right now, how can you not be hopeful? I feel too good, and this experience has taught me so much. A lot of people say, I read so many books on cancer in the past year, and you read about people saying, cancer in disguise was a gift. And in the beginning I'd say, what kind of gift was that? Give me a break. But you know what? It's not been all bad. Obviously, having an incurable cancer sucks in some points, but you know what? The wonderful friends that I have, the love and the gratitude that I feel, the generosity that I have felt from the human spirits out there when I'm at a store and people I don't even know come up to me and say that I've been praying for you, and it's amazing. It's amazing. My whole community of Brookline, New Hampshire came together and supported our family. And how do you show your kids humanity and show them how wonderful the human spirit can be I don't think my husband and I could have ever taught them what they've actually experienced in the last year. It's amazing. It's amazing. So in that respect, it's been a wonderful gift, and I do approach every day very differently than I did. I wake up every morning feeling so lucky and so happy, and every morning I can get out there and run. I do it every day. I do it whether it's with my dog, with my husband, with my friends. It's incredible, and so life is really good right now. But my local pharmacist actually said something nice to me today. I was picking up some meds, and he said my husband was bragging about me on Facebook today, talking about the race last night. And he asked me how I was doing, and I said, I feel great. How can I not feel great? And he said, that's right. A girl who can run that fast, well, she can dominate anything. She can beat anything. And it was like, you're right. And it's things like that is just like, that gives you that high, that pick me up. It's funny, life is moving ahead quickly. It's going back to going to a new norm as I was wanting it to. And like I said, I don't wake up thinking about I have cancer. I'm a busy mom with 4 kids that are involved in sports, and we're heavy duty into baseball and all-star seasons. I just want to say thank you to all of you out there, and those of you that I know and love, and those of you that I don't know and that I love anyways. And I would not be here today. I can honestly say that I would not be here today doing as well as I'm doing without you. And I appreciate everything. The blog has been a real therapy for me, and I will continue to write and blog. Sorry I haven't been doing it as often as I used to. I guess it's because life is getting busy. But it means the world. And I also want you guys to know out there that are newly diagnosed or struggling with the disease, that you can live with it. I'm living proof of it. And don't listen to people that say, you've got an incurable disease and this and that. And you know what? It's a disease. It's something I'm going to have to live with. And at times I may have chemo, and at times I may be not feeling so great. But you know what? The days that you feel great, screw it. Just go out there and enjoy it and live it and enjoy every moment. And I do. It's awesome. It's just awesome. So, Mike, just come here for 1 minute, because I know, come on, he's a little camera shy, but you have all been a real big support for him as well. And without this guy here, I certainly wouldn't be where I am today.
Please.
No, it's true. It's true. And he is my backbone to everything, and has been so strong throughout the whole thing. And people need to see who this guy is, right? So do you have anything to say? Yeah.
I think you pretty much said it all, Jeanie.
Do you have anything to say?
I'm all set. Just keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward? Well, actually you do. What did you tell me shortly after I was diagnosed? Where did you say you wanted to jump ahead and you'd see me? And where you pictured where we would be?
We were exactly where we are today.
Yeah. You said you're going to have a stem cell transplant, and come April,
the small things were going to matter again in life.
The small things matter. And when I'm freaking out because someone wore their shoes in the house, or something isn't exactly where it's supposed to be in the house, or kids aren't listening, and I start to nag, Mike just gives me a smile, and we know all is good in the world. When Jeanie can start to nag again. And so that's a sign of good times. When the small things matter. When the small things matter. And it's good. It's all good. Right? Anything else? Where's your glass of wine? Let's at least toast. We can at least, come on, get your glass of wine. I'm having a glass of wine. My gosh, I never do this anymore. But anyways, here's to living and loving and dominating. And love you.